Normally when I do a video, I just talk off the top of my head, but Ducks, Lance Corporal Ducks over here, decided to go on some kind of podcast and talk some bullshit, and I had to write down all the bullshit. There's a 600-page book over there that I did a review on without, just off the top of my head going through each section. Ducks, I have to write down all this stupid shit. Well, on with it. So, Duck starts off, comes out, the guy, I guess, called him Sensei, and he goes, no, 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 no. You call me Kaiso. And he's like, I was awarded the title Kaiso. You were awarded the title of founder. Who? Fuck you. Yeah, because Kai is like kanji for open and ancestor, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Kai, so Hiraki, Haru, whatever you want to say. So, and then he says, don't call me sensei. Sensei is a term that's used in Japan. Your English teacher is called sensei. Yeah, it's like a martial arts teacher is called O-sensei. No, fuck you. One person basically was called O-sensei, and that was Ueshiba Morihei. But, now people have been calling Takamatsu O-sensei, people have been calling Kano sensei, people have been calling all these people O-sensei. No. Your teacher is sensei. Any teacher is sensei, a doctor is sensei, so many people are sensei. Fuck you, it's not O-sensei, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Shut the fuck up. And then he says, or Hanshi, which means highest student. No, it doesn't. Where the fuck are you getting these words from? Retarded. Okay. After that, he says, there's no such thing as a ninja. What? Your shit has been based on the fact that ninja exist. Now he says, no, never existed. He says, the term ninja is an adverb. What the fuck? I don't understand. Like, I get that you don't speak Japanese. You don't speak fucking English? A stealthy person. That is not a fucking adverb. What? It's like fucking retarded that I have to deal with this shit. And then ninja was invented in the 1920s by Ito Gengetsu. Ito Gengetsu wrote the first book on ninja. I have books over there that predate Ito Gengetsu in 1917's, book. So, I think I have a book from 1897, I think. I think Ninja, what is it? No. Yeah, Ninjutsu to Kiai-jitsu was 1913. There's another one called like Ninjutsu to Senjutsu, which was early 1900s, maybe 1907. Whatever. Then, what the fuck? He goes on to talk about Black Belt Magazine, and how he was set up, he was going to be the main ninja of Black Belt Magazine. He invented ninjutsu, all this stuff. And his article was published in 1980, November. Hatsumi appeared in Black Belt Magazine in 1966. Okay. So, yeah. And then he says, and then he was set up to be the ninja of Black Belt. He was working with Black Belt Magazine, and then they stole it from him because he's Jewish, and they put Hayes there. But Hayes was in Black Belt Magazine, as like a cover story, I guess, technically, in December of 1980. Your article appeared in November of 1980. For Steve Hayes to be in the review, he had to have been popular before the end of the year. So what does that tell you? That he was there before you, so fuck you. So yeah, he goes on to say, there were no black people or Hispanic people in Black Belt magazine before, you know, I think he said before it got bought, maybe like the 90s or 2000s. So I went through and, you know, let's just play with this. November 1969, Luis Delgado, sounds Spanish. Howard Jackson, Black Guy, 1974. April 1974, Eddie Everett. 1975, November. What is this? May 1978, Cecil Peoples. Let's see. Julio Hernandez, 1981. 1984, Ralph Castro. 1984, Josie Candelita. Well, he made a point there was no women either. Along with another girl. 1985, Benny the Jet. That was March 1985. March 1986, Arsenio Advincula. 1987, Art Camacho. What the hell? I can't even read my damn writing. June 1989, Julio Martinez. So yeah, there's an assload of black and Spanish people and women. He was complaining that it was racist because there were so many Asians. Why would there be so many Asians in a martial arts magazine? Oh man, fucking, that's so racist. I turned on Telemundo and it was all fucking Spanish people. I can't believe it. Oh, damn. So yeah. What else? What else? Kawakami is the only legitimate ninja master registered in Japan. That's funny because you gave an interview where you said that your teacher, the villain from James Bond, or oh, no, he wasn't a villain in James Bond. He was a, I don't know what the fuck he was. I forget. Trained with Hatsumi in James Bond. That he trained with Takamatsu, but now Takamatsu is a fraud and Kawakami is the real deal. And Kawakami is recognized by the government, but he's not. But Hatsumi has awards from the Emperor, but that's beside the point. Blah, 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 blah. Talking all this bullshit. Brings up, it splits, and then he brings up Sheldon Lettich. I made a video about this. I should correct that video because it's tons of mistakes. But Sheldon Lettich is the guy who Dukes showed his Medal of Honor to, which we all know now is a very dangerous crime to commit. The one who also exposed all the lies, came out with his book explaining that Bloodsport was complete bullshit, which we all knew. And then he says, you know, and then he stole my ideas for Bloodsport and the quest and all this. Yeah, you know, that was a movie called Enter the Dragon. That was an episode of G.I. Joe, complete with all the fucking characters that you've made up. They were on G.I. Joe, they're in Enter the Dragon, they're in tons of other things because that is a fucking basic story. You go somewhere and you see everything else from around the world, and whoever is making the fucking story, if it's America, if it's goddamn Japan, if it's China, if it's Korea, that country wins against everyone else because it's called fucking patriotism, so fuck you. And then he says, you know, I have a degree in filmmaking, which I don't know if that's verified or not, I can't tell. And then, you know, he went to court with Van Damme, and because of the, Van Damme's winning that court case, because it was all a sham, it was a, you know, it was a secret ploy by Hollywood to shut Frank Dux down because he would be the person who redoes everything. All this shit gets all changed around and everyone gets money for writers because of this fucking court case. So after that, he's like, fuck you, Van Damme, I'm not working with you, and Van Damme's career died. I don't know if that's true, I doubt it. He was also said that Van Damme is a drug addict, and that Van Damme got beat up like a little girl, so Van Damme should probably, you know, Dux likes to talk about slander and all that bullshit, so I'm sure that would be interesting to him. He goes on, I'm a 11-year-old boy who's faster than Bruce Lee. I didn't even bother, I went to get food after that part, it's not even worth my time. There we go. Lots of bullshit. Have fun. Frank Dux is a fucking liar. He will always be a fucking liar. And, you know, there you go. The end. Whatever.